what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, one more time, if you could show your appreciation for Major Todd Mitchell and Ginger. That was powerful. Well, my name's Jim Bouchard. I teach people how to think like a black belt. I'm going to say, I usually say I'm the best looking bald man in the room, but I've got some competition tonight of successful thinkers here in Maine. And he's also the owner of Coffee News. And I just found him to be a remarkable guy with a remarkable story. And now he's created a remarkable group of people so that we can get together like this and meet face to face, business to business. And this is what it's all about, isn't it? Networking is about getting to know one another, opening your hearts and sharing with one another. Because all business is sharing. All business is sharing. If we can share, we introduce our value to one another, that's how we're all going to prosper. And that's what Jeff has introduced to this group. I'd like to introduce the founder of Successful Thinkers, Jeff Ball.
Thank you very much. Successful Thinkers is a business-to-business networking organization. We're glad you're here, and hopefully you'll do some business tonight. We do have a special evening where we're honoring the military, and Lee's going to come up and chat about that in just a minute. But Successful Thinkers is there's an online group, and there's kind of an on the boots, on the ground group, and we meet together once a month. And we talk during the month online, and it's a great thing. We approached Lee about having an event here, and he graciously said yes. So without any further ado, let me introduce the director of the Maine Military Museum, Lee Humiston.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. This is just an introduction to what is going to be, hopefully, one of the finest military museums in New England. I was very fortunate that a local businessman who doesn't have a great faith or trust in government, in city government especially, decided that my 100-year lease, which is renewable every 3 years, could disappear on me. So through the generosity of this particular guy, his name is Gary Crosby, he's well known in Southport for a lot of reasons, some of which he wish he wasn't, but he bought this building for me and the land that it sits on, and he gave it to the museum. Now that's generosity at its best. But this museum is a very special place, and I'd like to introduce a few men that I begged to come here tonight. There was one gentleman by the name of Jim Watson, who is one of the last living survivors in the state of Maine from Pearl Harbor. He got sick, he was not able to be here. But let me tell you, we're not short on some real American heroes, and I'd like to give their names to you and tell you a little bit about them. The first one, you'll see him standing back there, it's a really good-looking general back there by the name of Bill Libby. He is the Adjutant General for the state of Maine. You have a gentleman by the name of Ernie Smith. Ernie was a World War II veteran. He served all through Europe. He had the distinction of being with 3rd Army, 5th Army, 7th Army. He did his country proud. I see him over there. He took his hat off. You have Arthur Mills of South Portland, prisoner of war in Germany. He was shot down over Austria, and you'll see one of his items back there in the room when you go back. Now, not to be outdone on this day, we have Jim Hughes, United States Marine Corps. He was at the Frozen Choke. Who I have the distinct honor of calling a very, very good friend, who came all the way down from Jay. And he has the distinction of being the first prisoner of war from the state of Maine in North Vietnam, or actually South Vietnam. Spent 3.5 years in the jungle cages through some of the most terrible things that none of us want to even think about. But Charlie, his name is Charlie Crafts. Charlie was captured in 1964, and I had the honor and privilege with General Libby yesterday up in Jay, Maine, of after 45 years of a long wait of having Charlie presented by the United States government the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and the Bronze Star with the V device for valor. He's a super wonderful guy and a good friend, and his story needed to be told, and for 45 years it wasn't. But it is now, and he's home, he's here, and come on up, Charlie. Woo!